What if I told you that in the heart of West Africa, old rusty oil drums, yes, the very waste that once polluted our environment, are now being reborn into something extraordinary? What if I told you that these drums are no longer trash, but treasures, turned into durable, stylish motorcycle seats? And at the center of this innovation, none other than Burkina Faso's fearless leader Ibrahim. This isn't just recycling, this is reinvention. This is the dawn of a new industrial revolution powered by innovation, guided by sustainability, and backed by a historic partnership between Burkina Faso and Bangladesh. Bangladesh brought the machinery, brought the vision. Together, they've turned metal scraps into gold, not literally, but economically. Factories once silent now roar with life. Youth once unemployed now earn daily income. The environment once polluted now breathes easier. And guess what? This transformation is only the beginning. Welcome to Afrique Vibe News, where we spotlight Africa's rise, one innovation at a time. In today's episode, we dive deep into how Ibrahim, in collaboration with Bangladesh, launched a project that is turning waste oil drums into high-quality motorcycle seats, a move that is not only creating jobs, reducing imports, and cleaning the environment, but also making Burkina Faso a hub of eco-industrial excellence in Africa. Grab a seat, whether metal or recycled, because this story will blow your mind. Burkina Faso, like many African nations, has battled the rising tide of industrial waste, one of the most persistent pollutants. Discarded oil drums, from garages to mining operations, thousands of metal barrels are dumped yearly, leaking toxins into the soil and becoming breeding grounds for diseases. These drums, often made from sturdy steel, are costly to dispose of and hazardous when left unattended, but where others saw pollution, Captain Ibrahim saw possibility. Rather than spend millions on foreign disposal systems, asked a bold question: can these waste drums serve a new purpose for our people? That question sparked a national innovation sprint. Brought in engineers, vocational schools, and eco-industrial consultants. They studied the strength, structure, and reusability of oil drums. The results? These barrels are perfectly moldable, weldable, and can handle pressure, ideal for forming motorcycle seats. Then came the partnership that changed everything. Bangladesh. Why Bangladesh? Because Bangladesh had already mastered the art of industrial upcycling. In cities like Dhaka and Chittagong, factories have been converting metal waste into usable goods for decades, especially in sectors like automotive accessories and low-cost housing. Their engineers are known for low-cost, high-impact technology. In late 2024, after months of quiet negotiations, Burkina Faso and Bangladesh signed a multi-million-dollar agreement. Bangladesh would provide low-emission furnaces, custom welding robots, safety molds for seat shaping, on-site vocational trainers. Burkina Faso would contribute raw materials, used oil drums, land and labor, a tax-free eco-industrial zone for the project. This deal marked the first time Bangladesh would export a full-scale recycling to manufacturing system to West Africa. Under S directive, the recycling plant was fast-tracked and completed in just 6 months, a record by any measure in the Sahel. Today, that very plant operates in the outskirts of Ouagadougou, churning out over 10,000 motorcycle seats a month, all crafted from metal that was once rotting in landfills. The factory has become more than just a workplace. It's a symbol of independence. With a monthly production capacity of 10,000 to 15,000 seats, Burkina Faso has stopped importing motorcycle seats from abroad. Before, over 80% of the motorcycle accessories came from China, India, or Europe. Now, homegrown and proudly labeled, made in Burkina Faso, each recycled seat is weather-resistant, ergonomically molded, designed to fit most motorcycles in Africa, 30% cheaper than imported alternatives. The ripple effect is massive. Over 2,000 youth now employed directly in the factory, 5,000 plus in associated supply chains from collection to logistics. Local upholstery shops benefit from custom orders. Small-scale entrepreneurs sell these recycled seats across West Africa and beyond. Economics. This initiative is environmentally revolutionary. Over 50,000 oil drums have been removed from dumps and converted into functional goods, reducing carbon emissions and groundwater contamination. President Ibrahim has never hidden his ambitions. Africa must become the workshop of its own dreams. This recycling project is part of a larger initiative dubbed Industry Vert du Faso Green Industry of Faso, a national strategy to recycle waste into usable products and build 100% local manufacturing chains. The motorcycle seat factory is Phase 1. Coming phases include recycled school desks from scrap metal, housing frames from disused shipping containers, water tanks made from repurposed barrels, solar panel mounting systems from scrap metal. According to every piece of waste is a piece of wealth if we look hard enough, and it's not just talk. Under his leadership, 18 recycling microfactories are being planned across rural areas. Vocational schools now include modules on industrial recycling. National TV runs weekly segments on upcycling entrepreneurship. The international community is taking note. News outlets like Al Jazeera, Reuters, and BBC Africa have covered Burkina Faso's recycling innovation. Many applaud the environmental aspect, while others are stunned by the geopolitical strategy, especially the Bangladesh partnership. The African Union has praised the move, calling it a blueprint for post-colonial industrial autonomy. Meanwhile, other Sahel countries, Mali, Niger, and Guinea, have sent delegations to tour the factory, hoping to replicate the model. Even European green technology investors have shown interest, not for profit, but for partnership, offering solar-powered furnaces, waterless polishing systems, and AI waste tracking software. Yet, remains cautious. We will work with those who respect our sovereignty. This industry is for Africans, by Africans. At the heart of this success are the people of Burkina Faso. Fatimata Diallo, a 26-year-old welder, shared, "Before, I never saw myself in industry. Now I weld seats that travel across borders. I'm proud, I feed my family." Issoufou Drago, a logistics officer at the plant, added, "This job saved my life. I used to be unemployed. Now I manage supply chains for recycled goods. I even got promoted last month." Hamadou, no relation to the president, said, "I collect drums from mechanics. I earn per drum. I used to beg on the streets. Now I'm saving to start a seat cushion shop of my own." These are not just stories. These are proof that EA's industrial policy is creating real change. So what's next? The goal is to expand production from 10,000 to 30,000 seats per month, add paint and leather finishing departments, and launch a seat export hub to serve Mali, Ghana, and Nigeria. Burkina Faso aims to become the #1 motorcycle seat manufacturer in West Africa by 2026, and all from recycled oil drums. More importantly, the government is launching a new platform to help local innovators pitch recycling ideas, turning waste into tables, chairs, machines, and even exportable art. This is just one step toward a larger dream, a Burkina Faso where nothing is wasted and everything has value. Dear viewers of Afrique Vibe News, what we're witnessing in Burkina Faso isn't just about motorcycle seats. It's about mindset. It's about what happens when a visionary like Ibrahim refuses to accept waste, environmental, economic, or human. With strategic partnerships like the one with Bangladesh, he is proving that Africa doesn't need pity, it needs purpose. From waste oil drums to economic empowerment, this is a story that deserves the world's attention. And right here on Afrique Vibe News, we'll continue to bring you stories that show the power of African innovation, courage, and self-determination. So next time you ride a motorbike across Africa and feel the comfort of the seat beneath you, remember, it might just be made from the past's pollution, now powering the future. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Afrique Vibe News, where Africa's rise is always the headline.